When it comes to the mentality of a boss, no matter where you are in life, there's something that could always be learned from analyzing a boss. After all, they managed to get themselves elevated to that position. I think the contrast between two of the most infamous bosses of the Sicilian Mafia is significant to say the least. Toto and Bernardo Provenzano not only grew up together, but went on to become members of what would become known as the Corleonesi. And over time, both would earn the title of boss. For starters, they had similarity in their physical appearance, and both were around 5'6" in height. Provenzano was thick-set with muscular shoulders, whereas Riina was on a lighter side, but had distinctive dark, shifty eyes. In their younger years, Provenzano would prove to be a better shot and handled both the pistol and the lupare well, which is why Luciano Ligio viewed him as his main shooter. Following the murder of Michele Navarro, the Corleonesi made a move to take out Navarro's men, and during a shootout, Provenzano was shot in the head, but luckily survived. I don't believe Riina was ever shot. As for religion, Provenzano was more religious than Riina, especially in his later years, and his personality was much more silent, reserved, and circumspect, but no less dangerous. According to those who dealt with Provenzano, he was more consistent with the history of Cosa Nostra than Riina. Surprisingly, Riina liked to socialize and would often be seen kidding around. And allegedly, he had an obsession with wearing new shoes. Which brings us to a crazy story I came across. In the late 70s, there was a summit in regard to importing heroin into Naples. Among those present was Toto Riina and the Camorra boss, Rafael Cotullo. At some point, Cotullo and Riina got into an argument, and Riina pointed a pistol at him. Cotullo stared at him and said, "Either we shoot or we piss on." Riina put the pistol away, and then Cotullo opened his zipper and pissed on Riina's shoes. I don't know what the significance of that is, but keep in mind, Cotullo was a lot more powerful. Riina was known to carry himself more to the liking of a general, and he was known to be very aggressive, like his campaign against the Italian state. Provenzano took a much more different line and viewed Riina's actions as impossible. His objective was rather to infiltrate the Italian state, although Provenzano's aims were along the same lines as Riina. It was just that his methods of achieving them were much different, which is why Riina's actions were not in line with Cosa Nostra, and many people believed he destroyed the organization. There was a widely known separation between the two, mainly because of their difference of opinions. Provenzano loved power, but not in a blatant way like Riina. His was a more subtle way. After the Corleonesi took out the bosses from Palermo, Riina pushed full speed ahead with his madness, while Provenzano only held power in certain areas of Sicily. Following Riina's arrest, the power that Provenzano had decreased because Riina's brother-in-law, Leoluca Bagarella, took control and pushed Provenzano to the side. In 1993, Provenzano protested against terroristic acts, especially after a Corleonesi bomb killed 5 people, including children. Supposedly, Bagarella mocked him and told him that he should wear a sign that said, "I don't have anything to do with the massacres." Nonetheless, following a meeting in Villabate, it was decided that both Bagarella and Provenzano would jointly lead the Corleonesi, which they did up until Bagarella's arrest in June of 1995. Consequently, Provenzano became the sole boss of the Corleonesi. Overall, the one undeniable likeness the two bosses shared was that they both were captured and died in prison.